Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Ora Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and bishop of Great Millstone. Salutation to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, waiting on Yahweh, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI to come and deliver us. And pushing forth this word, whether people hear it or bear. Alright? So I wanted to go into a quick little lesson. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson about something that was in my spirit. Also, that the fact that the brother mentioned it. I was having a little counsel with the younger brothers, and then I remember telling them, Yahawashai is in us as we are in Him. And then we had a camp, and then I remember at one point the brother said that as well. The brother ended up mentioning that Yahweh is in us as we are in Him as well. So that's why I thought I'm in the spirit to do a video pertaining to that topic. All right. So Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. So I'll start off with John 15:3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. All right, through this word, through this knowledge, we are now being transformed into a new creature, into a resemblance of Yahawashi. Because at the end of the day, the world is moving in the spirit of Satan. All right, but once we hear this truth, as it says, "My sheep hear my voice." Once we hear this truth, we become attracted to it, and then we change according to the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We change our perspective, or we change our way of life, so we can be separate, so we can be holy. Okay? So through the word we are become holy, because through the word we are instructed to do what is pleasing unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? So it says here in verse 4, John 15:4, abide in me and I in you. So for you to be in this truth, you have to abide in Yahawashi. Because it says that we are one body. Abide in me and I in you. And that's the one thing that we have to understand. Yahawashi is in each and every brother. And each and every brother, we are a part of one body. We are all under Yahawashi. See, the same way that the government is a body, a legal body, the same way that Yahawashi and the church is one body. Yahawashi being the head. We're following the orders and instructions of Yahawashi. Why Yahweh? Yahweh, why Yahawashi? Salakia. You see? And it tells us, abide in me and I in you. Okay? As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine, no more can ye except ye abide in me. So each and every one of us, we are in Yahawashi. If you're producing fruit, if you're in this truth, you have to be in Yahawashi. Okay? I am the vine, and ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him. Again, the Lord is in us. The Lord is in us. You have to understand that. When you're talking to a brother, you're not talking to some random nigga, man. You have to see Yahawashi in that brother, man. When you look in the mirror, you have to see Yahawashi in yourself as well. We are kings. We are nations of priests and kings in the making. Okay? So there's a certain etiquette and a certain way that we have to maneuver around each other, even after camps. When you're by yourself, there's a certain way that you have to portray yourself in the world as an ambassador of Yahawashi, because we represent Him and He is in us, like I said before. Okay. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye cannot do nothing. Okay? So it's through Yahawashi that we have the ability to do whatever we do. Through that spirit that Yahawashi has given us, is through that spirit that we can do videos, that we can learn from this truth, that we can edify other brothers, that we can have mercy and charity unto other brothers, unto whoever, you see? It's all through Yahawashi. You see? The same way that Yahawashi was doing things through Yahweh, the same way that the spirit of Yahweh was abiding in Yahawashi, is the same way that we have to abide in Yahawashi and Him in us. You see? It says here, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and man gathered them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. So that's the end of those that are not abiding in Yahawashi. All those Israelite groups that they have the knowledge of, yes, I am an Israelite, yes, I have to keep the commandments, but they're not worshiping Yahawashi. They're gonna be cast out, because as it says, if you do not abide in me, you cannot produce anything. You cannot produce fruit. Okay, and as that unfruitful tree, that they as that unfruitful tree that Yahawashi cursed, is gonna be the same way for these people that do not want to bow down to Yahawashi and acknowledge Him as being the Savior and being the way to the Father. Okay, so it says here, if ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, this knowledge, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Wherein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples. So it's actually the Lord's will, the Lord's pleasure, that we're out there pushing forth fruit. Because everything that we're doing is in His name, in the name of Yahweh YAHAWASHI. Everything that we're doing is so that the Father and the Son may be glorified in us, in our action. Okay? It says here, if ye keep, Salakia, as the Father had loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. So there's the love has to be pushed towards every brother, man. It says here, if ye keep my commandments, and ye shall abide in my love. Salakia, if ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandment and abide in His love. So again, what is one of the commandments that Yahawashi told us to keep is to love one another. More importantly, love those that are in the truth. Love those that abide in Yahawashi. The toe can't be mad at the thumb. They're in unity. They're working together into the same goal. The same way that we have to work together in the same goal to make it to the kingdom. The same way that the angels rejoice when a sinner repents and turns back to the Father, is the same way that we rejoice at a brother that forsakes the world and comes to the truth. Because now he's being now he's being transformed and conformed unto the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi. He's becoming a new creature. He's becoming one of us. You see, and we rejoice at that, man. Because again, the Lord is being glorified in that instance, not of man, not of works, but of the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi. Okay. It says here, this is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love had no man than this, that a man may lay down his life for his friends. And ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. So if you obey Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi, you're His friend. Okay? And no greater love than this is that you put your life down for your brothers. You see? The same way that Yahawashi did unto us. Salakia, the same way that Yahawashi died on the cross for us, man. He proved that He loved us. And no greater love than this, man. You can't go beyond putting your life down, laying your life down for your brothers. There's no greater love than this, man. Okay? So that's ultimately what you have to put in your mind. You already have to be in the mindset that you're willing to throw your life away for your brother, for the brotherhood. The same way that we're out there in the highways and byways, that you might get arrested, you might get shot at, anything might happen, because we're actually at war with all these different spirits. That when we're out there, it's only through the grace of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi that that we're being preserved. Okay. But again, you have to be able to be in a mindset that I have to lay my life down for my brothers, the same way that Yahawashi did unto us, man. Because again, Yahawashi is in each and every brother, man. Each and every brother, each and every believer, Yahawashi is in them. He's the one that made them to believe. The spirit that they have, the Holy Spirit that they have in them, it was sent from the Father. Okay? And we cannot deny it, man. The same, like I said before, when you look in the mirror, you have to be able to see Yahawashi in you. When you look at a brother, you have to be able to see Yahawashi in them. And you have to be able to maneuver likewise. You see? You have to be able to maneuver likewise, man. You see? Because when you're talking to one of the brothers, one of the brothers that knows the truth, you're not talking to some random guy, man. You're talking to an ambassador of Yahawashi, an oracle of the Most High, man. You see? So it says here in John 13 and 34, a new commandment I give you, that ye love one another. And again, that love goes into respect as well. Okay, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Again, like I said, no greater love than this had a man, that he had laid down his life for his brothers. Okay, so the same way that we might have to sacrifice some things for the brotherhood. You might have to, if you have a wife, you tell her, yo, I can't be lovey-dovey with you every day, man. We're gonna set up a day. Okay, this day I can be with you. This day I can be with you. But the rest of the time, I'm with the brothers. I'm with the ministry. I'm doing the Father's will, and you have to do that, because that's you laying your life down. You know, putting aside distractions and vanity, and putting and setting your foot to what's most important, doing the will of YAHAWASHI. Okay. And it says here, John 13 and 35, but this shall all men know, that ye are my disciples, if ye love one another, if we respect one another, if we move accordingly to one another, if we forgive one another. Okay? If you know how to maneuver around each other. If you got a brother's back, that's how people are gonna know, okay, these guys, they're disciples of YAHAWASHI. Okay? It says here in 1 Corinthians 1 and 9, the Most High is faithful, by whom ye are called unto the fellowship of his Son, YAHAWASHI HaMashiach, or Lord. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord YAHAWASHI HaMashiach, that ye all speak the same thing. We have to be in accordance. We have to be in unity. All right, the same gospel. Okay, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no division among you. Okay, because the division is of the devil, man. As they like to say, that quote they like to say, divide and conquer. There's not supposed to be a division among us, man. We're supposed to all be on the same mind, have the same mindset, and have the same gospel, speaking the same things. All right, no leaven in our doctrine. That's what's supposed to keep us unified. Okay, you're supposed to be able. If I go speak to this brother, he's telling me one thing, and if I speak to the next brother, he's supposed to tell me the same thing. Okay, because you got these other camps, other places. You go to Christianity, you go to these churches, you ask him for something, you ask him a question about reincarnation. One guy might tell you something, and the next guy might tell you something else. But those that are in the know, those that are in the truth, who are following the real gospel of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai in truth and sincerity, you ask him something about reincarnation, and you ask the next person, he'll tell you the same thing. The story doesn't change. The doctrine doesn't change. Okay? So it says here, and that there be no division among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment, under YAHAWASHI. Okay? We're following the ordinances of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and we're keeping them to the best of our abilities. Right? And the doctrine that was given unto us by Yahweh YAHAWASHI, we're keeping it we're keeping that doctrine unspotted, clean, right? Unchanged, right? Because it doesn't need to be changed, because it's already perfect. The doctrine, this gospel, doesn't need to be changed, man. It's the same good news that was preached in the time of YAHAWASHI. It's the same good news that is being preached in this time. Okay? So it says here in Romans 12 and 1, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is our reasonable service. The same way that the light is supposed to shine, that a light bulb is supposed to bring forth light, is the same way that us, when we have this truth, we're supposed to bring forth light, man. It's our reasonable service. We're not going to be praising the light bulb because it gives you light. No, it's supposed to be doing that. That's our reasonable service. All right? It says here, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's what I was talking about. Once you hear this truth, you're now clean. You're clean to the abominations of the things that you were doing, and following the will of the Gentiles. You're clean from that, right? And now you're being renewed in your mind, okay? And now you're following Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai in truth and sincerity, because you know the way. You understood that following Yahushua was the only way to obtain salvation, and now you're running that you may obtain. You see? But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. And everything was according to His will. That you woke up in this truth, in that time that you woke up, you know, everything was done systematically, man. The Lord is the greatest chess player, man. You know, the fact that you may stumble on a video, you know, you're looking for answers, then whoa, all of a sudden you stumble on a video of a great millstone, and you realize, yo, if you start listening, you know, the fact that you clicked on that video, it wasn't yourself. It was the spirit that made you click on that video. The fact that you're walking around, you're going shopping at the mall, you know, and then outside the mall there's brothers pushing for the word, you know, and the fact that you stay and listen and acquire, that's the Lord that put that spirit in you. The way of man is in the hands of the Lord, roughly paraphrasing, right? So, but again, we have to be conformed, and that once you're conformed, the renewing of your mind is being transformed into the mind of Yahawashi, as it says that we all have to be under the same mind, the same judgment. Once you're being transformed through the word, your mind is being molded into the mind of Yahawashi. Okay, and it says here, bear with me. It says here, 1 Corinthians 2:14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. So all these people, man, even if we're in the highways and byways, they may stop for 2 seconds and just leave. It wasn't meant for them, man. Someone might be reading the Bible. These Christians, they read the Bible all their life, they go to church all their life, but they still don't get the truth. They still don't understand the real message, the real essence of this gospel. They can't get it, man. It wasn't for them. They're spiritually discerned. Okay? But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. So we can tell, in a sense, when they say you cannot judge. Yeah, we can judge your actions, but we cannot judge you to say, oh, you're going to go to hell. In a sense, you know how they say in the Christian church, you're going to go to hell. We can't say that you're going to go to hell. You know, but we can judge your actions and say that what you're doing is wicked, because what? We have a moral compass. The scriptures is a law book. The whole scriptures from Genesis to Revelation, even the Apocrypha, gives us the knowledge of good and bad, in a sense. And we know that and it says the breaking of the commandments, that is sin. If when you break the commandments, that is sin. Okay? So when your actions are going against the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that's when we know we can judge your actions and say that, yo, you can't be doing this. You can't be committing adultery. You can't be sleeping with your neighbor's wife. That's wicked. You need to stop. You can't be eating pork. It's something simple as that. You tell him, brother, in the law it tells you, in the dietary law it tells you not to eat pork. You should stop doing that because it's wicked. And if he hears, good for him. If he forbears, it's on him. You wash your hands from the blood of that man, you know, because you know that the Lord will have mercy on whom He will have mercy. So we're not here to judge men. We're here to judge their actions. Okay. That's why these people, man, they say you can't judge me. You can't judge me. I'm not judging you. I'm judging what you're doing, your actions. I'm saying that what you're doing is wicked. You need to repent and turn back to the Lord. You see, but these people, they don't get it because what? They're spiritually discerned. Right? They're actually waiting. These people are so stupid. They're actually waiting for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to come down off their throne, to come speak to them and tell them, sister, you need to stop being a harlot. Sister, you need to stop eating pork. Sister, this and that. You know, brother, you know, my son, you can't be, you can't be worshiping Allah. My son, you can't be worshiping idols. That's what they're waiting for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to come off his throne to tell them to get right. When the Lord has sent his messengers and they do not hearken unto them. They do not hearken unto us. You see? But it says here, for who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him, but we have the mind of Hamashiach. We have the mind of the Lord, because we're under his rulership, man. We're under, in a sense, we're under his rulership. Because now once you turn back to the Lord, you're actually trying to follow his ordinances. You're trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. That's having the mind of Yahawashi. Turning your back from the world, turning your back to this world, and seeking the Lord, following the Lord. And once you're following Him and becoming a disciple of Yahawashi, a disciple of Yahweh Yahawashi, you can become an apostle. You see, you become a teacher of this truth. But then you have His mind, because now you're with the program. You see. So again, as it says, man, the renewing of your mind. Now you have the mind of Yahawashi, okay? And you know what is righteous, and you know what is wicked. And now, because of that knowledge, because of the fear of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi, you seek to do what is right, okay? So it says here in Romans 12 and 3, For I say, though the grace given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according to the Most High, according as the Most High had dealt to every man a measure of faith. Okay, so you don't boast yourself, man. He that humbleth himself shall be exalted, and he that exalteth himself shall be humbled. You know, as it says, wisdom bringeth much. Roughly paraphrasing, wisdom brings arrogance. Now you got this wisdom, you got this truth. Now you're looking down on your boss at work. You know, you're looking down at these other people. You know, you think your nose is up. You know, you got to be humble in this truth, man. This is something that you learn as following the example of Yahawashi. Yahawashi was humble. Even Moses was the meekest man. He was the most humble man. That's why the Lord exalted him in front of Pharaoh, in front of Israel, in front of the nation of Israel. So you have to be humble in this truth, man. This is another example that Yahawashi has left us, man. So it says here, for we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. So we, being many, are one body in Hamashiach, and every one member is and every one member of one another. So we're supposed to help each other out, man. We're supposed to be in the same mindset, because as I said before, Yahawashi is our mind. So whatever Yahawashi is, the mind of Yahawashi is the mind that we have. So following after the righteousness of following after what is righteous, and seeking the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, okay, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and to be a good servant unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi. You see, but again, we are one body. Okay, the same way that I kept mentioning earlier, Yahawashi is in us as we are in Him. Okay, so every brother, man, you gotta look at the brother like, yo, this brother might, in the spirit, he might tell you something, because we know that the Lord speaks through men. The brother, a younger brother might tell you something, and you have to hearken, because you know that's the Spirit of the Lord telling you this, man. A brother might rebuke, a younger brother might be able to rebuke you because you're going off, man. And you can't be looking at the brother, okay, yeah, that's just a young brother, man. No, you have to look at it as an oracle of Yahawashi. You have to look at him as Yahawashi. You see? Because we are all Yahawashi, man. We are all one body in Hamashiach, man. You see? So it says here in 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not yourselves how that Hamashiach Yahawashi is in you, except ye be reprobates. But I trust that ye shall know that ye are not reprobates. You see? But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. Okay? So that means you have to be able to perceive, man. You know, this guy is in the truth or he's not in the truth. If you're in the truth, man, you can't be a reprobate, man. Examine yourself to see if you're really in the truth, man. Because to be in the truth, that means that you're part of the body of Yahawashi. Regardless of if you're in the great millstone, regardless, you know, if you go in the highways and byways, you know, if you're a woman, you don't have to go in the highways and byways, but you have to reverence your men, you know. You have to examine yourself. Am I doing the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi in this earth? Am I really a servant of the Lord? You know. And that being said, if you are a servant of the Lord, you cannot be reprobate. As I said before, those that do not receive the spiritual things, they're spiritually discerned. They move in the flesh. They're carnal minded, and to be carnal minded is enmity with the Most High. To be carnal minded is death. So for you not to be in Yahawashi, you're actually dead. As I read before, if you do not abide in me and I in you, you should be cast forth as a withered branch, and you should be cast into the fire. You see? So you have to be abiding in Yahawashi. Yahawashi has to abide in you. Okay? So it's a must. It's a must that the Yahawashi is in you. It's a must that when brothers look at you, they can see Yahawashi. It's a must, man. You can't be in this truth if the brother is if we do not sense Yahawashi in you, man. Okay? It says here in Galatians 2:19, for I thought the law, Salakia, for through the law I am dead to the law, that I may live unto the Most High. I am crucified with Hamashiach. Nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Hamashiach liveth in me. So once you, as it says, he that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my name's sake shall find it again. Okay? So when you die, so when you forsake this world, you're actually killing the old man. So you can become a new creature, as I mentioned before. You're becoming a new creature. You're becoming a part of Hamashiach. You're a member of his body. Okay? And by doing that, you're killing the old man. You're killing yourself in this world, man. That's why it says that the inward the outward man is dead every day, roughly paraphrasing, but the inward man is being renewed every day as well. You see? So it's not really us that is living. We're living through Yahawashi. Because now we're forsaking our own way, our own thoughts. We're forsaking the way that we thought was the way. Like some people wanted to be rappers. Some people wanted to be professional athletes. You know, some people wanted to go to be a politician. This and that. But now they forsake that, so they can serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see, and it says, nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Hamashiach lives in me. So that's what I meant. It is important that we see that the brothers are able to see Yahawashi in you, in your actions, the way you talk, the way you maneuver, your demeanor. You see, you have to be able to see Yahawashi in each and every one of us, man. That are so called in this truth, not so called, that are in this truth. For you to be in this truth, you have to be able to see, as it says, examine thyself. You have to be able to see Yahawashi in yourself, and the others might have to be able to see Yahawashi in you. Okay, and vice versa. Okay, so it says here, and the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith of the Son of the Most High, who loved me and gave himself for me. Okay, so he sacrificed himself for you. You see, so now we live through Yahawashi. The same way that Yahawashi was resurrected, as we died in this world, we are resurrected and we're living in the spirit. As it says, walk ye in the spirit, but not in the flesh. We're living through the spirit now. You see? I do not frustrate the grace of the Most High, for if righteousness come by the law, then Hamashiach is dead in vain. And we know that Yahawashi is not dead in vain, because Yahawashi is over the law. Okay? Yahawashi is the word, matter of fact. Okay? So it says here in Philippians 1:20, according to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Hamashiach shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death. That's how you maneuver. If you die for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because now they got guillotines, man. If you get beheaded for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he's gonna be glorified, man. The fact that you didn't lose your integrity to save your own life, as I said before, he that saveth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my name's sake shall receive it again. You see. So whether you live or whether you die, Yahawashi has to be glorified. You have to do everything according to the will of the Lord, man. You know, you're not, as I said, you're not afraid to lay down your life, because no greater love than this has a man, that he laid his life down for his brothers, for his brothers. And Yahawashi is our brother, man. Yahawashi is our brother. Yahawashi is our father. He's our brother, man. You see. So that being said, so the fact that we may lose our life, or gain or lose our life, or that we live, it's for Yahawashi. As it says here, for me to live is Hamashiach, and to die is gain. Because when you were leaving, once we're walking this earth, once we're renewed in the mind, once we are in this truth, we're walking as an ambassador of Yahawashi. See, we're not seeking to do our own will, but to do the will of our Father. We're out there doing videos, pushing forth the word, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, doing what is expected of us, reasonable service. You see, that the Lord may be glorified at the end of the day, man. That when He comes, if Lord willing, we're a part of that number that gets beamed up, you know, we may be found in peace when Yahawashi comes back and He tells us, "Well done, faithful servant." You see, for to me, to live is Hamashiach, and to die is gain. For regardless, if you die, you're gonna go meet the Father. You're gonna be in front of the Father, and you won't have no fear because you've been doing what was expected of you. You see, to lose your life for Yahawashi, as I said, I'll repeat it again. To lose to save your life, he that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my name's sake shall receive it again. Okay, so that's why it says to die is gain, but to live is Hamashiach. To live is Hamashiach, because now you're not living for yourself. You're living according to the will of the Lord. You're doing the will of the Lord wherever you go, man. You're not stealing anymore. You're not trying to commit adultery. You see, you're in the scriptures. You're breaking down scriptures. You're doing your videos. You're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You see, you're a new creature. You see. So it says here in John 13:6, then cometh he. It says here, this is an example of Yahawashi that He has given unto us. Then cometh he to Simon Peter, and Peter said unto him, Lord, dost thou wash my feet? And Yahawashi answered and said to him, What I do thou knowest not now. Salakia. Yahawashi answered and said unto him, What I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. And Peter said unto him, Thou shalt never wash my feet. Yahawashi answered him, If I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. As I said, you are clean through the words you are not clean through the words that I speak to you. Okay? It says here, but if I do not wash you, the Lord has to wash us through His word. Thou hast no part in me. You cannot abide in Yahawashi if you're not washed. If you're not washed from all the filth that the world has, from all the knowledge that you have acquired when you were in the world. All this has to be deleted out of your mind, because the world pushes forth the vibration of Satan. Okay, the vibration of wickedness, and that's why I said before in the beginning of this video, I said the world, anyone that's not in this truth, it could be your mother, your father, your siblings, you know, your wife, your children, your co-workers, your friends. If they're not moving in the vibration of Yahawashi, they're moving in the vibration of Satan. You see. So it says here, Simon Peter said unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. You know, being overly righteous, man. That's sometimes, man. But it also tells us, do not be overly righteous. We are in the world, man. The Lord tells us to as Yahawashi said, they are in the world, but I pray you that you do not take them out of the world, but that you preserve them from the evil. Roughly paraphrasing, you see. So we are in the world, man. You have to go to work, man. You know, you're not gonna like I said, you're not gonna have your nose up to your Edomite boss, because now you know the truth. He tells you, go wash go wash the dishes. You know, you're working at a restaurant. He tells you, go wash the dishes. You tell him, nah, you know, I'm a king. I'm not gonna wash no dishes. How about you do it? Yo, you're not gonna come back tomorrow. You're not gonna have a job tomorrow, man. You gotta move You have to move wisely. You see. You can't be overly righteous, man. You see, why should I die before thy time? You see? Be not over righteous over much. You see? A just balance, man. The Lord wants a just balance, man. You see? There's nothing wrong going to the bar here and there. There's nothing wrong going to watch a movie. You know, we're not expecting, once you're in this truth, even Yahawashi is not expecting you to, even Yahawashi went to a marriage. Yahawashi went to a marriage. Yahawashi went to hang out with people, man. You see, he had dinners, he was having, you know, he was eating with people, man. He was having somewhat of a good time sometimes, man. You see? He was taking the ease off, man. You see? But once you're in this truth, we're not expecting you to be in the basement. For the past month, you haven't gone outside, you haven't showered, but you're out there reading the scriptures, man. We're not expecting that of you, man. Do not be overly wise, man. You see? So it says here, and Yahawashi said to him, he that is washed needed not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit. And ye are clean, but not all. For he knew him, for he knew who should betray him. Therefore said he, ye are not all clean. Ye call me master and Lord, and ye say, well, for I am. If I then, your Lord and master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. That's the love. We have to have each other's back. We have to have respect for one another, man. You see? As it says here, for I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done to you. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. If ye know these things, happy are ye if ye do them. You see? If you show love to your brother, if you respect him, you see? If you rebuke him when he goes off, that's love, man. You see? And happy are ye because you're doing it, man. You're respecting the brother. You're entreating them as yourself. As it says, treat your neighbor as thyself, man. And that's something that we have to learn, man. Sometimes you might say the wrong things. You're in the flesh. Things might happen. But even the fact that you have to ask for mercy, man. You have to forgive your brother. Let's say be condemned. If you have a grudge with someone, you have to make sure to squash that beef, man. You see, as I said before, we're all one body, okay? And we cannot be in disagreements. There cannot be any division among us. We have to be united, man, in this truth. We have to be united in YAHAWASHI, okay? So it says here, Luke 22:25, and he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. But ye shall not be so. But he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is the chief as he that does serve. Okay? For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth? Is it not he that sitteth at meat? But I am among you as he that serveth. You see, that's the example of YAHAWASHI. You see, he was as one. Instead of being at the table in the highest room, he was out there serving, making sure that everyone was all right. You see, and he said, the greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief as he that does serve. You see, so the greater you are, the more humble you have to be, man. You see, so it says here, ye are they which have continued in me. So ye are they that have continued with me in my temptation. I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father had appointed unto me, that ye may eat and drink at my table in the kingdom, and sit on the throne judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so that's ultimately what we want, man. To be able to be accepted of YAHAWASHI, that we be able to sit at his table. You see, to be partakers of the kingdom, that he appointed us a place. That he gives us rulership, man, and all that's gonna be if we're able to be respectable, to show love, to keep the Lord's statutes and commandments, to be obedient unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You see, and again, as it says, there's the greater you are, the more humble you have to be. He that is the greatest among you, let him be as the younger. You see, willing to hear rather than to speak. There's a thing of humility. You see, it's a thing of humility to be in this truth, man. That these other camps don't get it, man. That the Christians don't get, that the world, especially those that are in the world, they don't understand. You have to be humble. Okay, YAHAWASHI was humble. Okay, and he showed us the example. He washed the feet of his disciple, and he said, if I your master if I am your master and I'm doing this, I'm washing your feet, you should be able to do this one another. And that's exactly what we're doing once we're showing respect, once we're showing love to one another. And again, and we're gonna be doing this. The the, the, the easiest way to be able to do this is if you see Yahawashi in the brother. Okay? When you're with the brother, you know that's Yahawashi that's with you, man. As Yahawashi says, when 2 or 3 are gathered in the midst, I am in the midst of them. When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am in the midst of them. And why is that? Because we're all Yahawashi. Yahawashi is in us, and we abide in Him. You see? So, Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying. You know, you got to be able to maneuver once you're with the brothers. Once you're, when you're by yourself, you know, you should be able to maneuver accordingly as an ambassador of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. There's a certain decorum that you have to follow, man. Especially amongst the brotherhood, man. You see, if there's a grudge, if there's the division, this can't be, man. We all have to be under the same mindset, having the same doctrine and speaking the same thing, all right? And we know that, as it says, a kingdom divided cannot stand. You see. So that's why our kingdom is going to be everlasting, because we're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward part, and we're all going to be in agreement. We're all going to be in accord. You see, speaking the same things, pushing for the same judgment. You see, living in the fear of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And the most important now is to be humble and to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, to have charity. You know, because charity covered the multitude of sin. So what is important now is to be charitable, humble. You see, and all these things we can learn from Yahweh. We can learn from Yahawashi. Okay, we can learn from all these other men that were in the scriptures. They're the faithful servant of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. We can learn from these stories, man. That is why it says, "Blessed is he that readeth." You know, because through reading, you can see that you can get the experience. You know, you can get the knowledge. You see, well, this man was moving, you know, accordingly, and he was delivered at the end. You see. So that being said, I like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Achakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and bishop of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Salutation to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and are pushing forth the word, whether people hear or forbear. And, you know, keep being humble, showing love one another, you know, and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you see. So that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. You know, you have to be able to examine yourself, knowing not that Yahawashi is in us, unless we are reprobate. And I trust that we are not a reprobate. I trust that those the people on that are listening to this video, you're not reprobate, man. Just the fact that you're listening to this video, you're seeking for the truth. You see. So that being said, shalom, shalom, shalom. Until next lesson, DTA Ababa Kwam Yashala. Shalom. Soon. Almost out of here.